Thank you. Dear all, first of all, allow me to express my thanks to Minister Herbert Kickl for hosting this Council and the excellent way he steered it. Also, I'm more than happy that Minister Seehofer is joining us for this press conference. To be frank with you, when I arrived in Innsbruck this morning, I was optimistic, but the results of this meeting are better than expected. I said before that I'm sure some were disappointed, but the majority of the European citizens are happy with the outcome of this very important meeting. This morning, as the Minister said, we had an open, frank, constructive and political exchange on migration following the European Council. I will be brief and direct with you. First of all, the essence of our discussions this morning built on the conclusions of our leaders' discussion 2 weeks ago. We can only continue to proceed with a common European approach on this matter. There has been a lot of reporting and statements made on this topic over the past weeks. You all know that. But I want to be clear once again. We are no longer in migration crisis. If you look at the figures, we have gone from 1.8 million arrivals in 2015 to 200,000 last year and even less this year. Clearly, this shows that what we have been doing over the past 3 years, I can tell you under very difficult circumstances, both inside the European Union and in our neighbourhood, has delivered results. We must now build on that progress structurally and substantially. There are 3 areas where we will do more to first, better protecting our external borders, second, working with our partners outside the European Union, including by improving our search and rescue coordination, and internally, too, ensuring that we will have a modernized European asylum and return system. All these elements go hand in hand. Concerning our external borders, we will soon propose to enhance the capacities and the mandate of the European Borders and Coast Guard to protect our external borders. We will propose a genuine European border police and set up a standing course of 10,000 European border guards by 2020 already. This will notably allow the agency to boost its support to all member states at all times. In the meantime, I have called on ministers to address existing gaps in human and technical resources. Second, on search, rescue and disembarkation. There has been a lot of speculation on this in the press lately. I want to be crystal clear. We are not outsourcing any of our responsibilities, and any future plans will fully respect the Geneva Convention and EU and international standards. What we want is to reduce dangerous journeys and that lives are lost. For those of you hungry for Deus ex machina today, I have to disappoint you. We are still discussing and exploring the concept of regional disembarkation platforms together with the International Organization for Migration and the UNHCR. Nothing will be imposed in Europe or outside. Let me say it again. Our neighbours are our partners, and the Minister was very clear on that. We are confronted with the same challenges. We have to support each other and work together to our mutual benefit. Similarly, within the European Union, we discussed how member states can ensure that when migrants disembark, they do not abscond, they are quickly screened, and they are quickly channeled towards the asylum or return procedures, or they are voluntarily transferred to other EU member states. The solidarity component will also be essential to this approach, and this is what I have made clear to ministers today. For this to work, the European Union is ready to provide the necessary financial support. The EU agencies, European Border and Coast Guard, the Asylum Agency and Europol will provide the human and technical support. It is exactly in this spirit and with these objectives in mind that we work on the concept of controlled centers. That brings me now to the third point, return and asylum. The return of those having no right to stay in the European Union must be significantly stepped up. I intend to propose some important improvements to our return rules to increase the coherence and effectiveness of our policy in this field, in this area. In particular, we need to streamline the return procedures at the border. I will also propose to give the European Borders and Coast Guard an even stronger mandate to carry out returns. But all of the elements that I mentioned will be worthless if we do not have a well-functioning common European asylum system. That is why I have once again called on the ministers this morning to proceed with agreeing and adopting the 5 files of the reform of the common European asylum system, which are close to finalization. A speedy solution must also be found on the 2 remaining files, the Dublin Regulation and the Asylum Procedure Regulation. This will also allow us to curb secondary movements within the European Union. The next 6 months will be crucial for us to make progress on these files, and I count on the Austrian presidency to make progress. At the same time, we have to continue to be operational. I look forward to cooperating closely, as we have already started doing with Minister Kickl and the Austrian government over the next 6 months. In this very beautiful town between the mountains and that lies between 2 member states, I am pleased that unity, solidarity, wisdom, responsibility and common sense have prevailed. Thank you.